Monday the 20th, 2019 was not actually spent in rehearsal. It is Victoria Day here in Canada. I think it's a Canadian, is that an everywhere holiday? In Canada, at least, it's Victoria Day, so it's a holiday. Lots of businesses close, and so we didn't have rehearsal today. Not that we're a business. So my day was spent returning Golda, the puppy I was taking care of for the weekend, bringing her back to her owner, going to work for a bit, and then right now I am on my way to a little see, I said there was no rehearsal, but it's like a little mock rehearsal. A bunch of the cast members have gotten together with the assistant music director, Patrick, and we are just running through lines and lyrics and songs. So, which will be nice because tomorrow we start up right back into a full, get there at 9, warm up until 10, start rehearsals at 10 to 5, and then I think the rehearsal report Lauren, the stage manager, sent out this evening says we start with mics tomorrow. Oh look, there's a bunny. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, we start with mics tomorrow, so that'll be fun. That's exciting. Week 4? Here we go. So today was the first official day of rehearsal for week 4. We're on week 4 now. Yeah, it was a pretty good run. We got mic'd up for the first time, which was really cool. And the music director, Daryl, his birthday was this past Sunday, so we had a little happy birthday singing thing for him. And we, Gwen, who plays Gladys, you guys saw in last week's vlog, who's playing the Princess of Sarawak, she brought in cupcakes and stuff for Daryl, and we all sang happy birthday for him, and it was a good time. And tonight, they are in the space right now doing a paper cue. I'm not really big on the technical side of theater, but what my understanding of paper cue is it's the first time the whole technical team runs through the script from start to finish together as a team with the paper, the script in front of them, and they just talk through, okay, this is when we're going to cue this lighting effect that we've chatted about during production meetings. This is when we're going to cue this sound effect that we've talked about during production meetings. This is when we need to worry about these things with costume and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what paper cue is. There's someone who's better educated or more well versed on the more technical elements of theater can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Becca, if you're watching this video, you can throw down in the comment section there, am I doing it right? Am I explaining it right? Yes, and now myself, I am going to finish editing last week's vlog, week 3, and then I'm going to go do some grocery shopping and worry about getting those lines all tidied up and cleaned up even better, because it's at a point where we're still kind of stumbling and calling for line, and show is like less than a week. Oh my god, last show is less than a week away. Oh, okay. Here we go. Today we did a full run-through. Honestly, at this point, I can't remember if this was our second full run-through, if this is our first official full run-through. But we did it! We, from start to finish, no interruptions other than at one point we had to, like, clean up a table confusion for, like, 30 seconds. So it was pretty exciting. If I pull up my calendar here, I'm just gonna go to May. It's the 22nd, at the time of filming this clip for week 4. We started May 1st, so it's been 28 days. 4 and the 5th, we didn't work. 11th and the 12th, we didn't work. And the 18th, 19th, and 20th, holy crap. So 22 minus 8, that makes for 14. In 14 days, we have put together a musical, a new Canadian musical. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, no. So it's been intense, but it's been a lot of fun so far. Tomorrow it's like kind of a sits probe. Ida used a term that I wasn't familiar with, like verbaprobe, I don't know. She used a German term that essentially means rehearsal with band, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's been a long day. So tomorrow it's a later start for rehearsal. We're not going right in the morning as per usual, but we're going to work a full day with just the band. Actually, no, we'll spend the first half of tomorrow cleaning up and taking notes from today's run through, and then we'll spend the rest of tomorrow just rehearsing with the band, which will be nice. It's the first time we'll be singing with full orchestration. And then we don't see the band again until Monday, which is 5 days from now for our invited dress rehearsal. Our first and only dress rehearsal. It's been intense. And then today, myself and Michelle, who plays Kay, our characters, Kay Boyle and Robert McAlman, have a lot of on-scene. They have an on-stage relationship. So her and I are going to go hang out and just do a little character date, which will be fun. And I think a bunch of the actors tonight as well are doing some hair and makeup tutorial stuff to be like, how to do style your hair in 1920s style. Because a lot of the people who are going to be presenting as 1920s women of Paris, they're going to figure all that jazz out. That's what's happening tonight, I think. Cool. Yeah, so if you want to start by introducing yourself.
Okay. My name is Ida Holmes, and I am the artistic and executive director for Centaur Theatre in Montreal, and I am the director for this new workshop production of a new Canadian musical called Goodbye Paris by Paul Ledoux and John Roby. I came to directing somewhat late. I was a dancer for the first 30-odd years of my life, and when I retired from, I was a ballet dancer, so when I retired from ballet, then I was wanting to stay in the performing arts, but I wanted to get off the stage, and I wanted to get into storytelling and narrative. So I decided that directing was the thing to do, and I had the great good fortune of being accepted at the National Theatre School of Canada.
We all stumbled up the Rue de Fleur and joyfully joined in the fun. Scott said, I brought Fred Zelda, give Gerd a kiss, and Alice be cutlass, storm up with a hiss.
But Morley was charming and Buffy was boyish and Kay admired Gerd's pose.
Have you worked with John and Paul before? Is this your first time working with them?
No, I've never worked with them. They kind of called me out of the blue. I think they were aware of the work I had done at Shaw. I'm the person that does the quirky, weird musical. Like, if it doesn't have a happy ending, someone will call me. Before they even had a way to work on it, they had done a workshop reading of it and had gotten some feedback from that and wanted to do more with it, and asked me if I would help. And that was before I had actually even gotten my job at Centaur. So I said, okay, and then kind of like right after that I got the Centaur gig, so it became very busy, and we didn't get a lot of time to work on it. I'm excited by the re-visioning of what we think of the kind of famous people of that period, and the famous writers, and the attempt to unpack some of the posturing, especially the male posturing of the period of the 1920s. And I love that they are trying to put the women's stories in there, but not in a fake way, not in, they're really struggling to find a place and a voice inside a very, very male world. I'm always looking for a perspective or a worldview that I've never seen before. And I think this show, there's lots of shows that are set in the 20s in Europe, Paris and London and New York, that are, anything goes and lots of fun and sexy and silly. But this one is taking on something else, which is what interested me. And it's still got all the fun, and you've still got all the great tunes. It's got the jazz age feel about it.
What happened at Gertrude's salon? It was shocking, absurd, and sublime. It was the best and the worst of all time. If you don't agree with Gertie, she's known to get quite shirty. You're the lowest of lowly mankind. What happened at Gertrude's salon?
From your long resume, is it primarily musicals on your directing route?
No, I kind of do everything. I do a bit of everything. I love doing musicals because the one thing from when I retired from dancing, I didn't miss the pain. I didn't miss the exhaustion. I didn't miss the ability for someone to give me a terrible review for being too tall or too fat or too, something.
Yeah.
But I did really miss music, and I missed live music. So the opportunity when I did my very first musical in Toronto with Morwin Brebner and Paul Sportelli and Jay Turvey, it was called Little Mercy's First Murder. I wept the first day. When I heard the piano start and I heard the people start to sing, the liveness of the music in the room just opened my heart up. So for me, that part is what's really what I enjoy about it. But I love text. Because when I quit dancing, I really dove into text because I thought I know a bit about moving around, I know a bit about space, but I don't know anything about how you use text to tell a story. I really focused on that and ended up doing quite a bit of really heavy texty plays, Stoppard and Shaw. And the beauty of it too, Neil Monroe was a mentor of mine at the Shaw Festival, and something he used to always say is, it's not about what you're talking about, it's about the hole in your sock. And what he was always trying to get actors to do was to talk about the thing, whatever the text said they were talking about. But, because if it's something that is hard to say, you might get really involved with your fingernails while you're trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, so that for me was a really, because in ballet, storytelling movement is very obvious and very, on the nose, as they say in television. But in theater, your body can become an orchestra with a whole other theme to what the text does. But you have to know all the things the text is doing. The text, the score is the words on the page. And that was a really big discovery for me and a big learning curve when I quit dancing.
For all of my life I have wondered what that palace of reason might hold. A room full of artistic genius, where all of my dreams might unfold. And suddenly there she stood standing, and manfully offered her hand. I mannishly bowed and curtsied quite proud, then Buffy destroyed all I planned.
I really love the opportunity to work with folks coming out of, at your level, coming into from school, coming into the profession, and in this little moment before you're in the profession, while you're still striving and learning. I think it's there's something amazing about the energy of that, and I really applaud you all for taking it on, especially at, it's not even part of the school year. It's something a little bit after, and I learned so much from that willingness to step in without judgment, and I love the idea that, and I hope that you will all continue, because the thing that worries me the most about the profession and about the way we all end up in it is we all become judges. I've just been thinking about it a lot and thinking, if we could just not judge, if we could work and challenge and improve, but not get into this is a good thing and that is a bad thing. Because you never know, sometimes the bad thing is the good thing. And keeping the freedom to recognize what's the true, that's what's in the play, one true thing. I hope that you guys will all maintain that connection.
One of the toughest things about the industry is just like the resilience to keep working. Like that's, as long as you always have the resilience to always keep
That's
working.
it. Yeah. And the resilience comes from the belief that authentic things are good things, whether they're what you thought they should be, or it's judgment that kills everything. I just can't tell you that enough.
Yeah.
So don't judge yourself, and don't judge the thing in front of you. Be discerning, but don't. It's a subtle difference, but it is a difference because it can make you really bitter.
Yeah.
And don't get bitter. Don't get bitter.
Cool. I don't think. I think that's everything.
Great.
Groovy.
Fresh from Kansas, learning qu'est-ce que c'est. Maybe his room's got no plumbing. He's still writing, that's not slumming. Especially when there'll come a day when the whole wide world will say his book is so sublime. It's all been fiction for all time. A new face on the Rue St. Jack. First time at the bar select. Hey, what you thinking? Hey, what you drinking? I'm thinking let's have a round of cheap Merlot. Now he's the top of Harry's bar. Yeah, he's a hero, a brand new star. He'll win the Nobel, he's writing so well. Oh hell, we'll have an ultra. See who plays big time standard.
So we are on day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, day 4 of week, well, I guess it's Friday of week 4. The days are all blending together. Yesterday, we did work with the band for the first time, and it was so cool listening to the music, like just fully orchestrated for the first time. Because all we've really had has just been like MIDI instruments on like, rehearsal tracks that John Roby pieced together and sent to us. before the rehearsal process began, and then hearing Daryl or Patrick, the assistant music director, just jamming out on the piano. So hearing the full orchestration was so cool. It was so wild just hearing everything come together and how different instrumentation can totally change the mood and the experience of a song. This morning they started lighting the stage, and they had a whole cue to cue. No, it wasn't cue to cue, but they had some sort of wet cue, which is when you finally start going one by one. Okay, we're gonna go to this page blank. We're gonna see the cue for this scene, and they play with the lights. And if there's sound cues, they play with the sound cues a bit. And I think that's what a wet cue is. Again, I'm not super tech savvy with theater terms, so I could be wrong on what the terminology is. But so that was this morning, so which gave us the opportunity to start playing with lights during our cleanup this afternoon, and then going into, I don't know if we're really using, oh, friggin' bugs. I don't know if we're really using lights during our run through this evening, but it's been wild. We have tomorrow off, and I'm working, and then we start again Sunday for like a final cue to cue day where we wear costumes for the first time. On Monday is our invited dress rehearsal, and we open Tuesday. Sunday I'm probably going to put in our final week 5 vlog. So this will probably be the last day of this vlog. Sorry, there are so many bugs out here right now. Mayflies have been horrible this year. But yes, I've been squatting a little too long, so I'm gonna go inside and eat my applesauce and deal with the rest of our day of rehearsal.
As far as actually sleeping? Probably. Won't be soon. Sorry. Won't be for much longer. If he is asleep, he's about to get woken up. Every time I look at Eric, I can only picture him choking on a lozenge, spitting it out and eating it again.
Is he honestly from like himself? I think that's Kevin's stuff.